Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I was trying to figure out what I wanted to film today, and I realized pros and cons of being a stripper is so important. There are so many things that I didn't know when I started, and a lot of things I'm sure you guys don't know that want to start, or want to start because of the pandemic, have been thinking about it and have been waiting for the clubs to open, or you just want some information, and I got you. So today I am going to be talking about all of the top pros and cons of being a stripper. So before we start, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, because that's where I do a lot of my giveaways, a lot of my Q&As. If you want to be included and ask me questions, that'll be uploaded up here like in a Q&A. Or if you just want to be involved at all in everything that I do, make sure you follow me on Instagram. It's right here. I wanted to show you guys my jewelry, or just tell you where it's from. So this LV necklace and these two super cute sparkly bands, and the earrings are all from Honey 22. I'm gonna link it down below, but I just wanted to make sure you guys know I mix my gold and silver jewelry because fashion. So this is from Slippery Jewels, and that's where this Evil Eye necklace, both of them are from there. All right, you guys, so let's get started with the pros. I've been dancing for around almost 5 years on and off, and I've danced in a small city. I'm from Ohio, so I've danced in like a small state, and I'm in Miami now, and I've been here for about like 3 or 4 years. I know all about the small places and the big places, so I just kind of gathered my pros and cons from everything, and I'm going to tell you guys. Hopefully this will help you guys decide where you want to dance and if you want to dance. So my first pro is money and cash right away. So obviously, being a stripper, one of the best things about it is that you get your money right away. You get your money in cash every single night that you work, so if you're working 5 times a week, you're getting paid every single night. You're gonna get your money in cash every single night. Write it down and make sure you record everything that you make for your taxes, because it is your responsibility, because they're not taxed before you get them. But definitely the biggest pro is getting money right away. You go to work and you come home with money, and it could be thousands and thousands of dollars. So that is definitely, for me, the biggest pro. The second pro is the flexible schedule. So definitely the flexible schedule. If you are a stripper and you go to a club and you fill out the paperwork and everything, you're self-employed, because you go there, you pay the house fee, and you're basically paying to work. So you are self-employed, which means you can make your own schedule. Some clubs will try to put you on a schedule, but technically they're not supposed to. So if you really don't want to be on a schedule, you don't have to be. Technically, if you are a dancer and you're a private contractor, you do not have to abide by any schedule. So you can come in whenever you want. I mean, they might have like a certain time cutoff. Like if they close at 5, they might have a cutoff for girls to come in by 12, and you have to respect that. But other than that, you definitely can make your own schedule. You can work whatever days that you're available, and as long as you make that cutoff time, which you should be able to, it's usually never like anything crazy, then you should definitely be fine. So that is definitely another big, huge pro, is flexibility. The third pro of being a stripper is the people you meet. So I've met some of the best people in my life from being a dancer, whether it is people who you become friends with, the bartenders, the dancers, the massage girls. I have some that I've been friends with now for like 3 or 4 years, and they're one of my best friends. Or if it's a manager that can help you out, if it's a customer that you meet that can really help you out with like a business venture. You meet so many different people, and that's why I love the strip club, because there's not like one type of person that goes there. It's so many different types of people, and you really can meet so many different types of people for so many different things. Like I said, whether it is business, pleasure, whatever, like you can just meet so many different types of people at the strip club, and I really love that. The last pro that I have for being a stripper is getting cute. I think that is a very important pro, because you know that you're working and you're gonna be cute, and on stage, you always make sure that your hair is done, your nails, your toes, your tan, your makeup, so you take care of yourself better. And taking care of yourself is always good, whether you're working, wherever you're working, or if you're not working, it doesn't matter. Taking care of yourself is so important, and taking care of your skin, your hair. So it's just a plus that you have to take care of it when you're working at a club, because I know at some of the clubs that I've worked at, or like, you know, the big ones, they're like, you know, you got to make sure your nails are done, your hair, you got to make sure you look good. So a lot of clubs, you know, especially the super high-end ones that all of us want to work at, you don't want to work at a shitty like low-end club. You want to work at the best clubs, and if you want to do that, you have to be put together, you have to look good, you have to smell good, you have to, you know what I mean? So that is just a very important part of being a stripper. You have to smell good, look good, you just have to have good hygiene, you have to look amazing, like, honestly, because like I said, a lot of clubs will hire whoever, and you don't want to work at those clubs. You want to move on up. If you're going to be a stripper for a couple years, you might as well go to a state or a city that's popular and work somewhere where you can make the most out of it. Because if you're working somewhere, you know, like I was in Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio, there's no real big strip clubs there. If I'm going to be stripping, I'm going to be stripping somewhere big where I'm going to make a lot of money and I'm going to profit the most, because I don't want to waste my time. And that's why I'm in Miami. So that's just an example for you guys. But I definitely think you got to look the part to be the part. So all right, you guys, so now I am going to talk about the cons of being a stripper. And obviously any job that you work is going to have pros and cons, but like I said, I just want to be here to tell you guys the truth. I'm an honest bitch. So yeah, let's go into the cons of being a stripper. Like I said, I wrote these down a couple days ago, so there's no, I'm all like super being honest. So the first con that I have written down is perverts slash bad people slash pimps. So I'm going to just go through each section of that. So a lot of clubs, or most clubs, have pimps. A pimp is someone who basically sex traffics women. I think that's literally the real definition. So a lot of clubs have pimps. I've had a lot of girls that I knew that I thought were cool, but they're like, they end up having pimps, and you know, they're always trying to hang out, and I'm like, you know, we know why. So just try to stay away from that. You know, make friends in a strip club, but don't be so close if you don't know so much about them, because you don't want to end up having to be pimped out by someone. And it's, the sad truth is, every club has pimps. So especially here in Miami, a lot of guys think that they can, you know, just have a bunch of women work for them. It's whatever, like the women are doing it willingly, but just stay away from that if that's not what you're into. That's not what I'm into, so I totally stay away from anybody who even gives me a pimp vibe. Like, no ma'am, no thank you. Perverts are just people who are just disgusting, that want to come around and want to try to grab you. Bitch, slap the fuck out of them. Don't fucking touch me. I'm one of those people. I'm walking around, I look around, or I have my friend walk with me, I'm like, don't let nobody fucking touch me, because it's gonna be a problem. Because don't fucking touch me, period. And those are the perverts, you know, the nasty people. Usually if your club is a good club, they will kick the perverts out. If not, and they're just thirsty to have people there, then you need to find a new club. There's bad people out there, and bad people will be, you know, the nice people that are buying you drinks. It doesn't matter. So I just want you guys to be careful. Make sure you only take, if you're drinking, make sure you only drink drinks that you saw get poured by a bartender, or, you know, a bottle service girl, whatever. Just be careful, because these days it's really easy to get drugged. You know, it's like invisible. You can't even see if there's anything in a drink, because I always like used to look at my drinks, but you literally can't even tell now. So just be careful, because you don't want to be in that situation, and people really are that fucking lame and disgusting. So all right, so the next con I have is corrupt managers clubs. And this is like a huge thing. A lot of managers will ask for extra tips. A lot of managers will have favorites. A lot of clubs will just be corrupt, you know. It's just the truth. It's just what it is what it is. So you want to make sure that you keep a regular relationship with everyone. You don't favor anyone over anyone, because they might show you that they favor you, but just stay neutral, and you know what I mean? Because what I noticed here in Miami is that if I'm nice to someone because they're nice to me, they start thinking that like we're cool or whatever, and it's just like, this is work, and you just have to stay cordial. So definitely look out, because there definitely are corrupt managers, corrupt strip clubs that steal money from girls. If you get that type of vibe, just leave and go to a different club. Like, because there's so many clubs that are respectful of the girls, and then there's as many clubs as the respectful ones that are not. So just make sure you go somewhere that you feel safe and respected, because there's no need to stay somewhere where you feel unsafe, because there's so many clubs that actually look out for the girls, just like there's so many clubs that don't. Let's see. Cons. Another con is drunks. And that's just like looking out for guys who are super drunk, looking out for guys who are on hella drugs. Like, you just have to make sure that you know how to deal with these people. If you know that you can make money off them, that's cool, and I've done that before. But if they're way too drunk or way too drugged out, you just gotta like check out of that, because you don't want to be involved in that. Like, when people are too fucked up, I'm just like, you're not my responsibility. I gotta go. If I'm able to make money off you, that's cool, but I'm not gonna squeeze it out. And you know, you don't know what to expect from people who are in that obliterated state of mind. So you might as well just get the fuck away from it. And that's just the truth. You just want to avoid drama at all times, basically. Okay. Another con is friends and family not understanding or judging. I feel like this should have been like one of the first ones, but friends and family not understanding is very, very common. Because if you know that being a stripper, especially being a stripper at a nice club, whatever, you're just dancing and you're making a bunch of money and you're making so much more money than they're making, to them it seems like, okay, like for me, before I ever met a stripper or saw a stripper, I didn't even know what to think of them. I feel like people thought of them as prostitutes or whatever, and that's just not the case, like at all. So you have to really like, and it kind of also depends on what part of the country that you live in. Like in Miami, there's a lot of strippers, and they're regular girls that go to school, that make a lot of money, and you know, are on social media, and that's the type of vibe that I was going for. But you never know, and that's why you always have to be careful, like I said, from drunks, from weirdos, from perverts, and from people that just want to be like, oh, you know, like let's work, whatever. You just have to be careful, especially family and friends. Like I said, they're not going to understand at first, and if you're not able to get through to them and make them understand, like my mom was able to understand, but my dad wasn't, so just like whatever, you know, like I'm not going to keep dealing with this. I'm too grown. I'll do what I want. And sometimes it just has to be like that. So that's one of the cons for sure, is having people in your family or in your, you know, people that are close in your circle be very, you know, judgmental or not understanding the actual job itself, and just, you know, assuming that it's so bad. All right, and the last con that I have is ratchet girls at the strip club. So I've had to deal with a couple girls that were kind of crazy, that just are like kind of get mad just by you being near them or whatever. And for that, I say just go to a club that doesn't tolerate girls like that. Definitely. So it's just like going to a good club that you trust with good managers is super like important and super rare. You don't want to be at a club that lets girls do whatever they want, lets people just act the way they want. You don't want to do that. You want to be at a club that has rules and regulations, that has girls do what they need to do, that has people leave at the time they're supposed to leave, that has customers act a certain way. You don't want to be at a free-for-all. And like I said, that goes into my other cons. Like, you want to be somewhere without corrupt managers and, you know, a whole system. So it's just very important to be somewhere where you feel respected and you feel that all the rules are being followed. You don't want to be, you know, all over the place, because being somewhere that's not organized when people are drunk and, you know, spending money, it can be very chaotic, because people can, like, you know, snap out of their drunkenness and get mad, want their money back. So you just have to be somewhere that's very organized, and that's how I've always felt. I don't want to be anywhere that I feel like I can have a customer, like, you know, get one over me or something like that. I always want to be somewhere that I know that I have the one leg up, because I'm the sober one and I'm the one that is, you know, handling everything, and I'm at a club where I am respected in a club that respects their dancers. So that is all I have for now. If I missed anything, make sure you guys let me know down in the description. I will definitely make another video. I feel like there's so much more that we could touch on, so much more that we could talk about, but obviously we can't talk about everything in one video. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. It is right here. Make sure you guys listen to my music. I'm gonna leave the links down in the description, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.